Hello, welcome back to Kyrgyzstan, and look at this scenery. Look at how gorgeous this is. This is the Tian Shan, the mountains that separate Central Asia from China. And we are flying over Lake Issyk-Kul in Kyrgyzstan. Let me show you in the map where we are. We are right here in the middle of Asia, flying southeast. We took off from Bishkek and we are heading to a town called Karakol, near the shore of Lake Issyk-Kul. Now, Karakol was founded in the 19th century by the Russians after they took Kyrgyzstan into the Russian Empire. And it was a town that grew, a fortress, then a town that grew mostly, but in some part due to explorers that came from Russia and Europe to map this area and climb these mountains. So it was very much a frontier place. And now Karakol has about 80,000 people. It's the capital of this area of Kyrgyzstan. But the real star of this place is the lake. Let me get you external views. I mean, look at how pretty it is. It's almost unbelievable. Now, Issyk-Kul is the second largest mountain lake in the world. It's only smaller than Lake Titicaca here in South America. It's one of the deepest lakes in the world as well. It can reach almost 400 meters in depth. And it's slightly saline, or sailing, depending on where you are, which means it rarely freezes, even in the harsh winters that this area endures, which is why the name Issyk-Kul translates to warm lake. Although warm is should be not freezing lake. Anyway, during the Soviet period, the Soviets used this lake, as remote as it was, to test torpedo systems and naval military systems. So this area had a large military presence, which doesn't happen right now. But throughout the millennia, Lake Issyk-Kul was very important in the Silk Road. It was one of the first stops if you're coming from China towards Europe. And you can imagine why people would stop over here. There are lots of towns and villages in the borders. I'm slightly worried about the landing because I want to come from the other side. We're 15 miles away. But anyway, before we get to that, one of the most interesting things about Lake Issyk-Kul is that some historians argue that this is where the Black Death came from. You know, that huge plague that decimated more than a third of Europe's and Asia's population in the 14th century. There has been genetic analysis of skeletons found near this area that suggests that this is kind of the earliest place that they can find traces of the bacteria or the virus. Now I forget what it was, but anyway, of the parasite that caused the Black Death. And of course it would have traveled over the Silk Road towards Europe. We're back over land now though, and we are approaching Karakol, the city, and it's a very high airport, 3,500 feet, 5,500 feet, so we're at 7,500. There's no ATC, as you can probably have guessed right now. And I kind of want to land from the other side because there's a huge tailwind right now. The problem with that, as usual, is that there are mountains over here. And it's going to be a visual approach. And there are clouds. And I can't see the airport yet, even if we are 10 miles from it. Karakol, the city, is over here. So this might not be the best idea I've ever had. Now that I've talked about the history of the place and how beautiful it is, I mean, look at this. Look at those villages over here. It is, of course, a major touristic destination here in Kyrgyzstan, if not the majors. But we are close. Oh, there it is. Here's, oh my god, there are mountains right. I think we'll take the tailwind, really. Yeah. Okay. So let's get flaps going. Turn off autopilot. It's a default airport. I haven't found mods for Kyrgyzstan, unfortunately. Mixture. Gear down. The Aerostar is a joy to hand fly. One day I'll do a full hand flight. Okay, 6,500, so hold altitude more or less here. They're still kind of far away. I mean, maybe I could try to... Oh, it's too late now again. What do I do? What do I do? Is there enough room? Tell me, terrain map. No, there isn't. Okay. 6,200, that's... I just need to watch speed and not... So this is Karakol, the city. Light crosswind, and again with the tailwind, things might be a bit hairy, but... Little river flowing. Okay. Full props. Everything looks green. Look at how nice this looks, man. Oh my god. Cutting power. This doesn't look very reliable. Again, default airport. Slow down, slow down. Okay. Safe and sound. In Kyrgyzstan, Karakol, Kyrgyzstan. Is there a right here? Right here? Right here, yeah. Taxiway over here. Oh wow, what a flight, man. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful landing. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Look at that. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.